Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. Well, today I have calmed down, I've got my jacket back on, I'm breathing properly, and breathe, I'm calm, I'm not angry like yesterday. Let's just talk about this though. So, many of you will have seen my little outburst, tantrum even, yesterday. We had this delivery of MENG, from MENG I should say, and it's about obviously the Fokker Dr.1Triplane. We've got this problem with the Sprue B. Sprue B is the main one with the wings and the fuselage on it, and a lot of us, and I think most people, if they actually look carefully, have got a problem with this kit. The problem is simply that we have two issues. They've somehow, you know, everybody was told that this was the wings design and that MENG were just going to, you know, do it under their name, but somewhere along the line something has changed and something has been lost. Not just the, you know, the instructions and all the nice stuff that Wingnuts do, but something in certainly the quality control has been lost, and we've got, it's as though they're just spewing it out like an old Airfix, and it's not good enough. And the problem is that the sprue is too weak, frankly. You can see this because, as many of you have already seen, they've tried to strengthen the sprue because they're all snapping and breaking off. You can see it with this piece here. This is the area we're talking about here, and if you we've talked about already this little T-shaped piece here, which has been added to try to strengthen the actual sprue and stop it from flexing, but it hasn't worked. The whole sprue is too thin, I think, it's too flimsy, and we've got major issues with this kit, and I think this is going to affect most people, to be quite honest. You will have one of two problems. One is, well, I've just shown you the break-in, and the second one is worse, is warping. Now I'm going to take the camera off and show you this. I've now got 1, 2, 3. I'm now on my third part. I've had 2 replacements from MENG. I haven't got a good one amongst them, okay? Which I've complained to MENG about. Now I'm not going to bash MENG here, not MENG bashing. MENG have produced some really nice kits, some great tanks. I've got a lovely looking Jag Panther. I haven't built it yet, but that looks absolutely fine. There was the ME-163B Comet, the rocket fighter, which I've built, and I'm actually, to prove the point I'm not bashing MENG, I'm actually releasing a video in the next couple of days, which is about it's just a slideshow, building the ME-163B, because I enjoyed that a lot and I took lots of photos, really enjoyed it. So that was a great kit. So they can do great kits. So I don't know what has gone wrong or what they're doing, why they can't use their common sense and their eyes, and actually when they're sending a replacement all the way from China to the UK, and they've done this with several people that I know, and have done the same thing every time. They're not looking at the piece, they're just getting a part, yeah, it's not broken, slap it in. Maybe some are packed well, some are not packed so well, but they're not looking about whether it's warped, like this one, banana shaped. Can you see that? I'm not exaggerating, you'll see in a minute without me touching it. And they're just chucking it in a package and hoping for the best and sending it off for 5-6 week journeys to the UK. Absolutely crazy, wasting resources, a lot of, you know, pollution to transport something so small. Okay, it's real world problems, you know, first world problems I should say. In the wider world there's more serious things going on, but this is simple stuff. How can they get this wrong? They've got it right on so many other kits and they just don't seem to get it. So let me take the camera off and I'll show you from above. You can see the difference between the three. So we've got number 1 at the front. This is the original kit sprue, which has got this typical weak. I'll actually show you that up close. You can see this is the area. Now I have actually removed, I'm going to zoom you in, hang on a second. I have actually removed where the sprue contacts the part, which is broken anyway. I've done it on the other one as well, because it's just too stressful for it here. So I've removed that, I've cut it off where it contacts. But this is the piece we're talking about here. This is where there's a lot of stress that's going into the part and it's snapping it on both sides. We've got an example of it broken both ways, left and right. Oh no, in fact it's actually, they've all broken on the right. I'm wrong. It's this side that always breaks for some reason, so it must be particularly weak on that side, the starboard side of the aircraft, right side. And you know, you can see how they're frantically trying to do something about this by building this piece here up with a T shape, making it stronger, but it's made no difference. But anyway, let me put that back. So this is number 1. This is the original part. Put that back over here so they're all in line together. Number 2, we have a replacement they've sent, and on number 2 we've got, and by the way, the warping is a secondary issue. Not secondary in terms of importance though, quite the reverse, because we've got 3 wings here and they're all on warp sprues, so there's no way you're going to build it. We've had one guy contact me and has said that he's tried everything, because it's so thick and solid, the plastic, you can't unwarp it. It's a nightmare. So that's where we're at. So the other element of it though is the fact that you've got these parts that are weak and flimsy, and then on the second one they've sent me, it's not broken, but it's very, very flashy. And again, I'll show you this separately now. Incredibly flashy and warped. So let's just have a look at this. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up the flashiness, and we're talking here especially, along here on this one. Very flashy indeed. See that? A lot of flash. We're having problems with the camera. It's normal, don't worry. A lot of flash. So that's flashy, and it's warped. So you'll see the warping. I'll show you the warp effect in a second. So that's the second attempt. So warped, so you can't build it, and flashy. Okay, you can get over the flash. We can get around that, but not the warping. And then thirdly, we have the third and last attempt, which is the one I got yesterday, and you've already probably seen, which is bent like a banana, and astonishingly bent. So I'll show you that way, you can really see just how bent it is, and broken as well, despite this new piece they put on. So all in all, I'm afraid it's a bit of a disaster. So let's have a look at it in closer detail. I'm going to bring you in for a quick look. So bear with me a second while I bring you along to have a proper look. Now then, so number 1, the top one, forgive me, I just need to move my chair. The top one, as you look at it, is the original one. Now that's got a little bit of warp, but it's not too bad. It's not great, it's going to give issues. So that's broken anyway, so I asked for a new one. Then they sent me the one that wasn't broken, but is the second one, the middle one, is quite warped. And then we've got the one that's broken and warped. And you can see straight away, I think, even from this angle, that if I come in like this and try and get the perspective right, you can see how the bottom one, the third one that came yesterday, is really warped. And you know, all the wings, all 3 wings are warped. You're not going to get that back. I don't think so. Not from what I've been told by people that have actually tried. So that's really, really difficult, yeah? So, it ain't good, quite frankly. Let's just bring you back over here. Get you back in. Right, sorry about that, I'm having to manhandle everything. So it's not too clever, to be quite honest, and I've had communication back from Meng, not knocking them as I say, because they've actually been quite swift with their communication, and they've been very polite, very sorry about it, you know. So their attitude is good. It's like the problem seems to be somebody down in the warehouse or the picking department has just got no eyesight and doesn't know what they're doing, and they're just picking out any old sprue, chucking it in a box and sending it off to the UK, and then we're, you know, it's just damaging their reputation. I just don't understand it, you know. I mean, here's something just to put this all in perspective. So there they are, 1, 2 and 3. You can, if I just do this a different way now, move my bottles of water out of the way. I'll just show you the really bad one. Oops, everything's falling apart now. The really bad one, which is 3 here, and you can see there, you know, you can see it lifting. Look how it lifts up. The whole wing is cranking up. It's just not good enough. It's not going to be constructible in that form. I think you could put a lot of effort into this and you're not going to get it straight in a million years. But here's the thing. I thought I'd do a comparison. Now what could I possibly compare this to that would be meaningful? Here's something that I prepared earlier. I didn't actually prepare it. Oh, lo and behold, a Wingnut Wings kit. The doyen of quality and premium attention to detail, packaging, presentation and everything else. So this is the Raymond Collishaw Sopwith Triplane, which I reviewed a number of months ago, earlier in the year. A triplane with 3 wings. Now I'm not going to open the bag, so forgive me, but here we have the sprue with the 3 wings on. It's as flat as a pancake. There is no comparison with this stuff in the background. You can see how banana-ish it is, and it's just absolutely unbelievable the way it's bending. This is just flat. Now, actually, the ironic thing here is this aircraft does have a slight dihedral, which they have had to cleverly build in by stepping up the sprue to make it bend in the way it's supposed to. But the sprue is flat. There's no bend here. Straight, flat, straight as a die. So we are led to believe that Meng are the people who are doing the moulding for Wing Nut Wings now. I just don't know if this is true or not, but I'm starting to have doubts whether it's true. Perhaps this will come out in the wash, but the fact remains we have a major problem with this kit. Anybody who's got it, who's watching this, I urge you to have a really close look at this and tell me if you really think you're going to be able to unbend wings that are as bent as this. And obviously they do vary, as we've said. That one is beyond, I mean, the lower wing, this one, it's flat on the right and the left just goes up. I don't think you're going to get that back. I can't see how you can. We had a chap telling me he'd use heat, he'd use water, he'd use hot air gun, a hairdryer. He'd use all sorts, nothing worked. It would go, and then as soon as it cooled it would go back. I'm afraid that isn't good enough. It's manufacturing defect. I think, I could be completely wrong, but my hunch now is that I think they're using a third-party contractor to do this injection moulding. It just doesn't seem as good as the usual Meng standard somehow. The design is great, but I don't think. Again, actually, let's just look at that one other thing about whether the plastic looks the same. It's interesting. The plastic's a different colour. It's actually a darker plastic than the Wing Nut Wings. Wing Nut Wings is a lighter grey. Now, whether it is, I actually thought, and I think I might be wrong, I thought it was because the gauge of the sprue was too thin, but I don't think that's it. It looks about the same actually. So it's either the plastic quality and or something to do with the way they're setting up the injection moulding machine. They're either pulling it out too hot, or there's perhaps a problem with the pressure, or it's dwelling in there too long and it's getting too hot and it's bowing. You know, as soon as it hits the cold air and the two moulds pull apart, something is wrong there in their process. Anyway, quick update for you. I wanted to show this simply because I wanted people to see it wasn't just me perceiving a problem. You can actually see three levels of two quality problems and in three different levels of severity there. It's not acceptable in the modern day. I mean, this wouldn't be acceptable from Airfix, but it's not acceptable from Meng, you know, especially when they're supposedly taking on what is effectively a Wing Nut Wings kit. This is a terrible drop in quality, beyond the acceptable. 40 quid, now it suddenly looks expensive. This is like Airfix 1998 sort of style. No, sorry, not good enough, you know. So, not a very happy chappy, I have to say, with the way that this is going. I've asked Meng kindly if they will reconsider, and they've come back, and their response has been, we will tell you what we'll do. We'll cut it off the sprue for you and send it not on the sprue. So I said, well, how does that help the fact that the sprue is warped? And I need all three wings, not just one. Yeah, and I need all three wings to be completely level and correct and not warped. And they don't seem to understand this. So anyway, I'm not Meng bashing. I've got a lovely Meng Jag Panther to build, and I say I'm putting a video up. I think it's tomorrow, Friday, where you can actually see the ME163, which is a brilliant kit. You know, nothing like this. None of these problems at all. There was nothing that was warped or broken. It was fine, you know. So they can do it. I think they just got to sort out their quality. So there we go. If you're thinking about buying this kit at the moment, I'll be very cautious right now. Just hold off until this gets sorted out. You can see they're doing something about it because, you know, they've gone from no step to putting in a step. So here's the two different versions, look. I'll bring you in so you can see the difference. If I can just get that there. Bring the camera in before I go. Sorry about the noise in the background, somebody's having their tree cut down, I think. So, can we see? Yeah, we've got this piece here that I'm moving, that's got the T-piece on it, just ahead of that wing. And this one, you can see, has no T-piece. See the difference? There you go. Anyway, I will keep viewers and subscribers posted. If this has a happy ending, which I'm really hoping it will, not just for me but for other people as well, it's crazy, you know. They're better than this. They have and do achieve far better quality. So if something has gone, it's like the quality's just gone off a cliff. So I'd just be wary rather about buying the product right now, and have a good look at Meng's other new stuff that's coming out. Just have a good look at it first and be sure. And certainly if I get any other products like this to do a review on, I'll be very, very critical with the review, and I'll take my time and I'll look at it very carefully, because I think that they seem to be, it's as though they've subcontracted to another factory that doesn't know what they're doing, or they've cheapened it in some way, but we'll see. Anyway, that's it for now. I don't want to bang on for too long. Please keep subscribing to the channel. We've got several videos, all on a more positive note than this, coming out in the next few days. We've got a couple of builds, a Tiger tank build, we've got the Thunderbolt build, we've got the Messerschmitt Comet build, and I went on a trip to the Newark Air Museum last year and I've got some photos from that, so I thought viewers might find it interesting. There's quite a lot of detailed photographs and close-ups of weapons and all sorts of things, Saab, Drakens and Viggens and things. So I'll post that up in the next day or two as well. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll hope to see you soon with better news in the near future. Thanks a lot, cheers and bye for now.